Hey, what is up, guys? It is MetaGamesGX here, and we are doing a live commentary over a game from Heart of the Game locals last Tuesday, I want to say. Maybe it was Saturday. And we have Purrely versus branded Chimera. I'm going to try to start doing these commentaries because I think it's just going to be a better way to do these games. So let's get into it. We're going to see the brand Chimera go into main phase and resolve a branded fusion. We love to see it. We love to see No Ash. See the Gazelle and Fallen Isles come down, and then we are going to then see a Rinbrum come down, and then we're going to see Gazelle get resolved, and we're going to see the search. Obviously, that's what Gazelle does. We see a Ghost Mourner plus 2 Super Polys in hand, plus an Ash, too. So it looks like brand player is going to be really just ending on this for the most part. He's going to be able to probably do his Chimera combos, obviously. Purrely player is going to recoddle, which is understandable. And so then we're going to see the Search of the Mirror Sword Knight into a special summon into a special summon of Baphomet, which Baphomet's obviously going to get the branded or the Chimera fusion plus a Gazelle for follow-up next turn. I believe Nick is also on 2 Gazelle. He says you don't really have to run 3, which is totally fair. You know, we see different lines of thought with this deck, which I really do think that it's not a solved deck by any means. And so Chimera player has a lot of cards in hand, so he's honestly in a pretty good position anyways. That's the strengths of this deck. You're able to do a lot with just 1 or 2 cards essentially and still run like hand traps and such. So we're going to see the Chimera come down, and that's going to get discarded at the end phase. We're going to see a set of 1 Super Poly, keeping 1 Super Poly in hand, plus the 2 hand traps. Pretty loaded grave too, so we're going to see then a discard of a regular Purrely, so we obviously now know that we are on Purrely. I think Brandon has actually a pretty good Purrely matchup. I'm not sure about Chimera branded, but it's still pretty good. So we are going to see a special summon of Baphomet with a Chimera fusion also at the end phase, I believe. And then we are going to let the Purrely player get into his turn here. And big thing here, we're just going to speed it up. We're going to go into a Purrely Sleepy Memory, Happy Memory. These cards are backwards, so here, I'm going to pause it. Okay, so I flipped around the video. I'm no longer a bozo, so we are going to see a Purrely Pretty Memory come down with the Book of Eclipse discard. Obviously, going to go into a Purrely. Purrely is going to get a Mirror Sword Knight chained on him, which is going to, because he has the the Chimera on board, so he gets those in graveyard negates through Coddle and Sword Knight, which really does add a lot to the deck. It does a lot with nothing. So we're going to see a big thing on the Purrely player into a Happy Memory this time. And we're going to see the players talk about just a ruling, and then we're going to see, oh, okay, I guess he was thinking before he could play a card, and then Super Poly came down. And we're going to see a Starving Venom Dragon, which is pretty interesting. Starving Venom Dragon's pretty good in terms of a Super Poly target, honestly, if you're able to resolve it. I think in this meta with Enchained and stuff like that, it's pretty good. So Purrely player has 3 cards left to deal with. I mean, Tactics is going to put in a lot of work here. So he's going to go into for the Pretty Memory, which is probably going to go uncontested. He discards the Tactics, though. I guess it, yeah, you know, I guess it won't go very hard here. Because, oh, well, there's the Mourner, and we get the scoop for game 3, or game 2. It'll be interesting to see what they side in. Not going to really go over too much, just to save some time. We're going to see a Draw of Prosperity, a Trap, or Pretty Memory, on top of another memory, and I see a D barrier too, which you always love to see. I see a Sleepy Memory too, so the Purrely player has a lot to play with here. It just depends if we're going to see some hand traps to stop some things, but even then the Purrely player should be able to end on a board. that suffices. So we're going to see pretty memory, because like Chimera in particular might not be able to out the noir as easily as pure branded. So we're going to see pretty memory discard the sleepy memory. We don't go for the prosperity at first. We're going to save that, obviously. We're going to see a mourner on the Purrely. Mourner's really going in. Nick also has a droll and a Book of Moon and a triple tactics talents. Don't know what the fourth card is, but if it's a branded fusion, that's pretty good. And we're going to see a droll on the Purrely after it searches, which is pretty harsh, but I feel like the upside to Purrely is that you're able to play through droll pretty easily once you, because all you really need is one search. I mean, it's really when you're breaking boards that you kind of need to search out more than anything. But so we are going to see the Purrely player see get a big think here, looking at the Slacker Magician, maybe thinking about, I mean, we can't do Zeus here, so I'm not really too sure what that is. But we do have the D barrier, at least to turn skip, so, you know, it's still, I'd say, very much in the Purrely player's favor. Obviously, we have the pot. He might just set here. It's a big think. I think he does need to end on some sort of board presence, though. I mean, he could turn skip with D barrier, and I guess just do that. Wow, yeah. Looks like that's what he's gonna do. Holy crap. Is that correct? You guys let me know, Purrely players. Kevin's a very good player. I know he plays a lot of decks. I'm just curious if that was optimal or not. We're going to see a pass by the branded player. We don't even need the D barrier to do that. This is, I see a thrust as, I guess, was the other card. So this is the downside to, I mean, like, you still need to see your engine, and we're not seeing engine here. Pot Prosperity comes down. That, I'm assuming Pot was deactivated last turn. That's why we did not activate it. Purrely Prosperity, it seems pretty good in it, even though sometimes maybe it can be turned off. But we are going to see a Imperm, Solemn, Crossout, Happy Memory, another Imperm. We love those ulti Imperm. Shout out to Kevin for always having the best looking cards around, always going for the max rarity. So we are now going to see a take of the memory, which is interesting. So we are going to then see Purrely use its once per turn effect, which is once per turn. But we are going to then go for Book of Moon. I'm really kind of confused here. What just happened? You guys are going to have to let me know what just happened there. We are then going to see the Sleepy Memory come down. Oh, that's what's happening. He's overlaying and big thinking. Got it. Into the Purrely Noir. I feel like Purrely is really interesting because it was expected to be the best deck. Right now, it's not the best deck. It's like the fourth best deck at best. It just, the delicious memory hit really just destroyed the deck. Not destroyed it, but it still does. It's just too fair. It doesn't do anything broken anymore. Like, you're ending on this kind of board and he swings in, and then you have to exceed in the next turn through a trap. Like, I don't know. Like, Purrely seems really good when you know how to pilot it, but, you know, it also seems very inconsistent, to say the least. I've heard a lot of players say that they just don't like playing the deck. Not sure if that's just the sentiment across the board, but, you know, I feel like that wouldn't be the case if Delicious Memory is still there. And I feel like it's really unfortunate the deck got hit that soon, but, you know, it was a broken card, to be fair. Triple Tactics Thrust, Ultimate Rare, comes down by Nick, which is pretty good. It's really a guaranteed card to go off through the Purrely player. We are going to get an Ash on that, obviously, which is pretty good. But honestly, if the branded player has the branded fusion, which he would have used already, then, oh, he has the tactics, though. Draws into Book of Moon and then a Gazelle. Gazelle's not bad here, honestly. Oh, it was a branded fusion. That's huge. That's huge. And the D barrier comes down, though, which is going to really help out the Purrely player. Gazelle will come down and then get the search. Definitely, looking about a tie game here. I would not be surprised if this wins a game 3. I have not actually checked yet. We're finding out together, folks. So we're going to see a pass by the branded player because they really can't do much. And then we're going to see the Purrely get targeted by Book of Moon. That's why Book of Moon is so good, this format, for that exact interaction where you just negate the Noir just for free and get rid of the trap. It's just so good. If the trap was like maybe continuous, that would be nice, but like because it's not, it's just like wow. We're going to see the field spell come down, and field spell is interesting. Obviously field spell does a lot. Alright guys, we are back. Getting a read of the field spell, which is really good. It allows you to just gain advantage in the end phase, which really does a lot for Purrely right now. So I think like some builds were even on the field spell before. With Delicious Memory, we're at 1. We see the Chimera fusion come down using Baphomet and Gazelle for the Chimera King Fan Beasts, which is going to get a discard in the end phase and rip her away. More Purrely's advantage at the end phase, obviously. It's not looking great for the Purrely player, because if the brand player is able to just get around that Noir, it can be great. So he's really going to have to get into Exceed. That really puts on pressure for the board. So we are going to see the Purrely player do a big thing here, because he can use Purrely to attach and then Exceed. So we are going to see right now a decision between Beauty and Happiness. Either an OTK engine or the effect negate or in the attach. But we really need something for board presence, so we are going to see the attach of Happy Memory with Beauty, and we have a Sleepy Memory in hand, which is just going to be used to attach and hopefully fatten up the Noir, but we don't have a Delicious yet, which is unfortunate, and that is really going to hurt. We need to get the Noir on the field. Noir would really just be able to get you through this. Activate the Sleepy Memory. We're going to attach it to the Noir, and then just see Sleepy Memory get attached from Graveyard at the end phase through the field spell, and then the draw 2, because Noir has the materials that allow you to draw, which is the insane part about this deck. You're able to just draw 4 basically every turn once you get going. So we're going to see the Mirror Sword Knight get searched off the Coddle, which is really just going to, if uninterrupted, destroy the Purrely player's day, and looks like it's going to go in uninterrupted because we don't have Noir and we don't have a hand trap. We're really going for Ash or Bust here. We see the Thrust though, which is just insane because we apparently used a monster effect before that. I'm assuming that was Noir, and we are going to see the Brand Fusion get searched off the Thrust, which is why Branded is really the best deck to run Thrust. Besides Unchained, you're able to search your best card and activate it, or Board Breakers. We are going to see the Gazelle and Albaz come down for most likely a Rinbrum, and we have 5 materials, obviously, so this cat is quite fat, but it's definitely outable. So we are going to see the Rinbrum. Since it's not the Noir, unfortunately, the big Noir, it's not going to be unaffected, and we are going to then just see Coddle get searched, normal summon of Mirror Sword Knight effect, get the Baphomet, special summon. We are going to see Chimera Fusion plays here, going to get that Guardian Chimera, if I had to assume. Your options are pretty limited with Chimera Fusion because of the fact that you need to make it a beast or winged beast, and we see 3 materials, 2 from hand, 1 from field, into a Guardian Chimera, and we are going to destroy the Noir and the Happiness, and that's just going to be game, guys. So, yep, thanks for watching, y'all. If you want to see more videos, please like, comment, subscribe below. We are going to, oh yeah, and please check out my podcast that we're doing every Friday. Also, I'm live streaming every Monday around 7 to 8 p.m. where you do live deck profiles, these reactions, or just anything like that. So please check those out. Also check out the new deck profiles we did this week, the Vanadium deck profile. Also, we're going to have Salamangreat deck profile coming up and other things like that. So subscribe. We're also on the road to 2,000. So hopefully we're going to get 2,000 by the end of the year. See you guys later. Bye now.